today's presenter is from Italy, fresh from Italy, and is Dr. Clement Onime. He's the head ICTP Italy. Please let us encourage him. Please, Dr. Onime, please come and deliver your paper. Look, let's encourage him. All from Italy.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I can assure you that I don't look like an Italian. I'm actually a Nigerian. It's a pleasure to be here talking with you today. Incidentally, when I was first approached to talk about or to talk on this topic, I did reply that I didn't feel I was the right person. So my background is also engineering, electronics, and electrical engineering, and I've been working in the field of computing for a long time now. So yesterday I did have the chance to meet the registrar in person. I've never met her before, so it was the first meeting I had with her yesterday. And one of the things I mentioned to her was that actually my father was a graduate of the University of Ibadan. And since I am at a registry program, I would like to ask for his transcripts. But what was actually appealing was her reply. And her reply was that, look, I can even give you his file if you want. You know, and this morning she started speaking about high performance, and I was like, okay, so I'm in the right place because I've been working in high performance computing as well. I will just go straight into the presentation because of time. There are some slides we probably won't cover. So I think I will start by trying to give some common definition or some common grounds to how we may see things like information, communication, and technology before we move on to looking at how administrative operations could be optimized through ICT. Then I will probably around slide 20 or so, I'll be looking at future outlooks, what we should expect probably in the next, I will say 10 to 20 years, what should become commonplace. Then I have a conclusion and then we move on. Okay, so generally information, I believe if I ask you now the question, what is information? It's not very easy to define information. In fact, it's really an abstract concept. Dictionaries will say it's typically an entity or something or a fact that has been recorded or that is manipulated or retold. So there are very different aspects with respect to information. We do understand that information has a strong relationship to knowledge, and some people say information has a way of making knowledge measurable or even adding value to knowledge. And there's also a philosophical angle to the term information. So you could have people from the social sciences talking about information just as well as people from computer science backgrounds or other fields. Interestingly enough, information does tend to have context. So you will agree with me that there's typically a communicator, somebody who's providing information. And typically his own concern is my information getting across? Am I passing the message that I want to pass? There is the communicant who is typically the recipient of the communication or the information, and his own idea is typically, is this what I really need right now? Is this information adequate or appropriate? Then we can also see from the perspective of the message. Is the message really correct? Is it maintaining its integrity? Nowadays, we also speak of two items, which is that information is value, or information has value. And since, I think, around 1925, we've had people trying to look at the science of information. So there have been various theories, okay, that try to define information. Some of them are listed there. So it's amazing to see that today we are talking about quantum computing, but they started mentioning quantum information from about 1955. The one I find